everybody. Matt Geary here for Geek Pride's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Legend of Our Sacrifice, for our final session of the year for 2023. With me tonight, we have Conrad as Arnold Jerkel.
Hello, ho, ho.
We have Michael Starval Eldon.
Good evening.
We have Jace as Brother Gadden.
Ho, ho, ho.
We have... I don't know why that tickled me so much. We have Leggy as Bartholomew Pringle.
You've done it now.
Oh, ho, ho. Now I have a machine gun.
Marcus Lance.
Did you remember to leave Twinkies and cigarettes in the events, guys?
I'm Vic as Saren Sanguine.
And if Santa doesn't get you, Krampus will.
Other Krampus.
This is good.
Right. Okay, so, Saren. Saren, this is Tharavel. Tharavel, this is Saren. You both know each other. You can make up the story how you do that within yourself. You can ad lib it as you go along. But yeah, there you go, Saren. Here.
Terrible. Well, nice to see you.
You too.
Okay, so quick recap on last week. You teleported yourself. Oh, I forgot to say congratulations on all the good downtime stuff you did on the roleplay chaps.
You what?
You were all meant to be doing downtime.
Yeah, we were
stuff.
supposed to be buying stuff and everything like that. I forgot all
said,
about
don't
it.
forget to do your downtime stuff, and then I was ignored.
By the way,
In fairness, I had uni deadlines.
Potions.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's okay. We'll I'll see how we'll see what happens.
Man, that was so shady. I appreciate the shade. It was very good. I think I was clipsed by that shade.
it's changed for Matt to be the one who remembers RP chat.
Hey!
Experience over the last few years. With Matt suddenly flurrying on the Thursday and like walls of text from everybody.
Okay, so long and short of it is you portaled into the city, or just outside the city, Garley Hold. A few of you got a wet. You met a nice fisherman called Tuna Facci. Hey, John, I'm not sure. We were what sort of accent we were. He was Scottish, but no, he was Norwich. But then I've got Italian question mark. But then
Italian
I'm thinking,
Brooklyn,
no,
I think it was.
hey.
Here's the challenge. Could you?
No.
Yeah. Here's the challenge. How about? Can you make him a person who's from Norwich, who's adopted it, but still has a very strong Italian roots?
No,
like Napoli. Napoli. Army matey from Napoli.
But yes, so
If he's Italian, he doesn't speak. He just does that a lot.
Hey. Or I'll do sort of New York. Hey, Tuna Facci. My name's Tuna Facci. He wasn't Tuna Facci last week. He was sort of kind of West Country. But I think accents change all the time. But anyway, he's basically, after promises of riches and fame and stuff from Brother Gadden, he's agreed to ferry you towards the island where you believe the portal is. He has been willing to do that. You sort of made your way into the city. It's what's the word? Something of its former self. It is a shadow of its former self, and it's it was once quite an important port city, but since the Veil of Whispers was taken, it has crumbled, and it's a very poor looking place. That is bar the sort of kind of main sort of keep, where a very corpulent and nasty man called Portmaster Arthur was dining on lots of food and generally being quite obnoxious and selfish. You didn't quite overthrow his rule. in the area. You scared him.
Yet.
You scared him, and you know, I would say you basically. I think he might have pooed himself at one point in time. I can't remember, but
he humiliated.
Yeah. I made him.
Yeah, so he shot himself. And some of the other some of the other nobles, Roger, I think was one of them, basically said, you know, oh, can we help you? And I think you said, you know, bring out your men, bring out some of the guard to help. And he said, oh, of course, and he sort of take himself off. But yeah, that's it. You sort of kind of left the keep, and that's where you were left off last time, unless I've forgotten something. I think that's pretty much where we were.
Yep, pretty much. And I know we're just taking in the sights of Garley Hold. And we were supposed to be doing stuff and looting and whatever, but we did not do that.
But it's all right. We could say you've got some. I think it was more the fact to see if Gregor was with you or not. I think. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, life got in the way.
Yep. So it's okay. He is currently with you. He is. He's
reneged on his pledge.
Well, no, he's sort of
until we forget him again.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Wasn't Matt supposed to be putting up loot and stuff from one of the shops that we went to?
No, I give you. You've all had loot. You've had stuff.
Yeah, we got some boss loot.
Yeah, give you loot.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
just checking.
Yeah.
Yep, 200 electrum and 500 gold.
Yeah, you had a gift for Thyravol, remember?
Hey,
Smith!
You had a gift for Thyravol. You're going to give him his gift.
If it's a severed head, I'm going to be very upset.
So it's going to be look, Thyravol is for you, and then just open my hand up now.
What was it again? It was Lance. You were going to give it. You took something as a gift for Thyravol.
Did I?
A finger.
No.
A giant finger.
Birth moment. Let me check the loot chat and scooch over here. Okay, so
Windongs.
you, so you had a potion of clever. You had a staff of thunder, which I think Barty took. A bag of blue marbles, a bit of a bridle that temporarily changed the color of his horse to a purest white. I think that was it. So you were going to give him the bridle because he's got color changing shoes, so he can have the color changing bridle.
Okay, I think I took the potion of clairvoyance. I can remember.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Can I try and put the bridle on Lance to see if he changes color?
I remember that.
Would end up, and it would be okay.
Is noble? Is he a steed? Question.
Still, the Mulebrenner is still technically around. You know, I think he's still around. Mulebrenner. Okay, so. So what are you doing then? You're sort of you've done your little good deed. The guards are sort of kind of have run inside to see what all the commotion is. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, have the guards run in, or are they trying to
figure out? In, yeah.
Oh, as they run past, he says, he had a goofy, not well received, non-threatening way of like, oh yeah, smiling, and he was hoping that his natural sort of like, I guess, weirdness about being a Leonin in the middle of like Kyrelia would have thrown him off kilter, but instead he just looked goofy. So, and now that they're going in, he just says, you may want to bring some sort of, I don't know, cleaning lady. I believe the portmaster doth shout himself. And just walks away, sort of chuckling, looking at Arno, and be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to appreciate your shit.
I just stood there next to him, like, holding my nose like this. Vile. Absolutely vile.
I just chuckle and say, it reminds me of a joke about someone who crept up on a magician to make him jump, and then stopped and looked down and said, did you just shit my pants?
Oh no! Oh dear, Lance, you didn't know you had a humor function in you.
I have all sorts of secrets.
Oh, please don't. Not now. It's not. It's too close to the festive time.
Okay, so are you? It's getting slightly late. You're getting the boat in the morning on the first tide. Somnian
arms, I say.
Yeah, the Somnium Arms. It was where you
And
were staying. Is there anything you kind of want to do within time beforehand? Or are you going to take yourselves off to the inn?
I don't know. I mean, I was mulling over this in the back of my head, because now that you've instilled some sort of, oh yes, look at this poor shadow of a town that it used to be. How do we sort of like impact change? And we can't really do that unless, of course, we meet people. So perhaps the bar.
The flavor last week was because of the enclave, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the ball being taken from it.
Yeah.
So we're already on the right path.
We got sort of, but I mean, where there's change, there needs to be an instigator, and we can't be in both places at the same time. So whilst we light a fire in the enclave, why don't we light a fire in the hold?
You could always, you take over the town, and in the
No.
the Kyrilian Empire, and see what happens.
Install some trickle down economics.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they were doing some. I think they just clogged the trickle down economics, though.
I think that you already installed some trickle down something anyway.
Yeah,
It's sort of kind of part of me kind of hoped you did, because I did a rogue trader campaign with Ben Fee, Geek Pride ages ago, and there was a side quest that we did where we were basically meant to bring medical supplies to a planet, and that side quest. Which he'd literally just done it as a way to sort of kind of, we'll do this before we move on to the main thing. Turned out that we took over the planet. We basically incited a rebellion, and then he had to work out planetary economics and working out all this stuff and how to deal with the planet. And it got to the point where it was getting so off the main story that he basically said, right, there's been a chaos infection, and he got us all kicked off the planet and stuff like that to try and get us away.
Just an Inquisition.
Yeah, the Inquisition. Yeah. I just remember sort of being, the Inquisitor sort of asking me questions and said, "You can leave now or else," and I was like, "Okay, I'll go."
Matt, do you want us to enable your Civ 5 life through this game?
No, because as much as it'd be hilarious, I know exactly which rabbit hole it goes down. As soon as you start taking over cities and things, it's just
you did replace one legionnaire from another, and we legionnaires like to change shit up.
Well, we'll see. Maybe when you're slightly higher levels, we'll start to work with city management.
Oh no, we'll just put in some fires. You find somebody inside the tavern, happens to be some sort of similarly heroic guy, and then just say, "Look, install some words of wisdom. Hopefully, he goes and changes things whilst we go to the enclave, and then come back and lo and behold, he's the portmaster. Done. Yeah. Maybe. Wink, wink.
Okay, so. You're going. Are you just going to take yourself to the inn, or are you doing anything, or are we just sort of kind of going to move forward?
I don't have anything.
To the inn.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
I need to stretch my legs, so I'm going to just go for a wander around.
Okay.
He just looks at.
I don't need anything to eat, do I?
No, sure.
No. He looks at Lance and says, "Please don't kill any guards."
I don't kill guards. I might occasionally concuss a few.
I'm assuming who's got. I'm assuming Arno, you've got the ring stuff still.
Yeah.
His ring, his special ring, the ring that we'll have. The ring.
Is it safe?
Okay. Okay. So you take yourself off to the inn. It's it's not the nicest looking place in the world. Again, it was one that probably was a lot nicer back in the day, but has it doesn't have a lot of customers. You get sort of some relatively, middling fare, some sort of local fish. Tuna Facci's there, and he sort of brings in one of his catch and sort of winks and sort of puts this extremely smelly sort of tuna down to sort of the Fijis, and nothing of any major import happens. If you, by all means, if you want to try and talk to sort of locals and stuff, you can. But otherwise, we can just sort of skip on to the next day. It's up to yourselves.
What does everybody else want to do before I hog the limelight?
I'm going to pinch my nose and gently poke at this fish with a fork. I'm not
Do you normally carry forks amongst the other accoutrements in your pack?
I need to eat. There are times I need to eat, and utensils are helpful.
There's me think you were a savage and you ate with your hands.
Only in emergencies.
Tharaval is going to. I want to replenish my. Try and replenish my ring of fate. So he's going to, basically make sure that he is away from people before he tries to do it.
Oh yes, I forgot. Right. So for all of you who don't know, Tharaval's got a ring of fate, which.
Before I do this, actually, can I use the ring of fate to re-roll if I get a bad roll?
No, you can't. No, because it's a re-roll. You can't re-roll a re-roll. No,
but it's not a re-roll though.
No,
it's basically I have to roll for what happens with the ring, and then I can use the ring of fate.
How many charges have you got left?
1.
You won't have any charges left to re.
It doesn't say anything about using her. It basically. It runs out, and then you roll to see what happens. You can either.
I'm saying no. We're not gaming the bloody Ring of Fate. Okay, so yeah, basically it sort of gives him a reroll, but he can get some more charges. But I think if he rolls a 1, it gives everybody disadvantage within a certain amount of
within 15 feet.
Within 15 feet of him and stuff. So he can't use it. So yes, do that then.
This is where I get a fucking 1.
Don't you bloody dare.
Don't jinx yourself.
I've moved away from everybody, so.
He's taken himself into a quiet corner.
5. Ring recharges as normal.
Okay. Cool. Right, so.
That looks disappointed.
Yep. Okay, so. Anybody else doing anything?
Arno will just be sat in the pub, eating, sipping slowly on his ale, just staying quiet and watching the people and the new party members.
Party tunes to the staff of Thunder and Lightning.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Am I going to regret giving that to you, by the way?
Yeah, probably not. I think you would regret an incompetent character having it. But with Party, you're perfectly safe.
Not as much as you'd have regretted giving it to Pete.
Oh man. Okay. Brother Garden, I believe you want to do something.
So he turns to Sarah and he says, "Well, I think that everybody else has lost their charge for or proclivity for wanting to figure out what's going on here. I think it'd be good for us to get some reconnaissance, find out a few bits of information, and see what we're up against. Because sometimes, I mean, we did the research scholastically, but the locals may have something here that we don't necessarily know about. And I know I'm chatty. I don't know if you just want to listen in on the eavesdropping, that sort of thing."
My friend, there is Chatty, and then there is you.
I beg your pardon.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, fine.
I poke the fish and go, but I don't think I can actually eat this, so I'm coming with you anyway.
Okay, cool. He just looks at the bartender and says, "This is for you. You consider it a gift. Chunafachi."
You're not like the Chunafachi special, eh?
I do, and I think we should all benefit from the Chunafachi special. Wink.
It's very good, Mamma Mia.
Good. God, take me away from him now.
What do you mean?
Okay.
I mean, Mamma Mia.
What
do you mean, Mamma Mia?
Okay, cool. I have other dignitaries I need to speak to. Ciao. Just with Sarah. So yeah, he's gonna listen. So actually, a good opportunity for us to just figure out what chat is about, so to speak. So how do we do this? And
what sort of thing are you listening out for?
Somnian unclad bullshit.
Okay.
Something along the lines, like, or just like weird or corruption bullshit might be also there.
Tharavel joining on this as well, or
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he hasn't. Gadden's oblivious to this sort of shit, so he doesn't know that, like, Tharavel, the weird Tharavel has decided to disappear in his corner and attuned to his fate, ring of fate. So I imagine he just comes back, and we Saren sort of see him just skulk off as well.
Well, if that's the case, Tharavel sort of says to Brother Gadden, he's like, I have ways in these things, and he turns to Ceravel, and sort of whispers in his ear, and basically Ceravel sort of walks off, and he goes and gets in touch with his criminal contact, and basically asks the contact to find out information of any sort of speakings of the Enclave, sort of from within the town, and report back as quickly as possible.
Okay. Criminal contact. All right. Yeah.
I'll be honest, my friend. You're not exactly inconspicuous. This may no, not you, Farrell. Brother Gadden, you're not exactly inconspicuous. This
is
work
why.
in our favor.
Exactly. I'll do the distraction. You guys do all the other subterfuge things. This
Other subterfuge stuff. You make it sound like I'm an expert in these things.
You're good at sticking a knife in places that people don't think they'd get a knife in there. So maybe you could do the same thing with words and listening.
They're less pointy, but I can try.
Well, don't do it. Just listen. That's all it is. Just listen and see if there's any bullshit that comes out and say, we could use this. Because I just don't like walking into a situation like this. Like, we've got this art knowledge from the library in Taunt. The next thing we need to know is, like, if there's anything else that's happened. We need some...
You don't like walking into a situation. Have you looked around us by any chance?
That's different. Mortals are easy. You just do a couple of smiting stuff. It's all good. You stabby. They can be put down, no problem. Corruption, on the other hand, different story.
I rub my head like I'm not entirely sure he's getting the point.
He's not. He's quite straightforward, blunt. Like, we need to do something.
Okay, so roll me a perception check then. You're doing
Oh, lovely. I'm fantastic at those. I have a modifier of fuck. I have a modifier.
I think you're confusing tasks there.
Okay.
Just something like that.
Okay. So you hear sort of little bits and pieces. They're generally moaning about the port master, and how, there's a couple of them laughing that they heard he shit himself, and they sort of, you see a few sort of kind of, eyes glancing at yourselves. There's a lot more sort of glancing at you, Brother Gadden, because, you're, not a common sight in the area. With regards to the Somnian Enclave, they say that they there's a few mentions of when the Enclave was open, things were better, and they've abandoned the city, and they've obviously taken their riches and taken what they've needed from them, and they've just shut themselves away, and they don't care about Garleyhold anymore. There's sort of mention of a bridge that sort of leads to the portal from the mainland, but it's guarded. It's guarded by sentinels. And then there's people are saying, no, that's just a myth. Nobody goes down there anymore. How do you know that? How did that happen? And he says, Tuna Fitzacci told me about it, and things like that. Sort of nothing of any major note. There is you hear a trader He says he was he was traded some magic beans from the garden within the Somnium Enclave once, and if only he could get them back, then he could be a rich man. But there doesn't seem to be a way of getting in at the minute, and they seem to sort of have isolated themselves.
Okay. So I assume that Tharavel also hears that as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we're probably sitting at a table, sort of away from it, but enough to be able to be near the thick of it. I'd say, right?
Yeah.
So he just looks at Tharavel and says, "It looks like there's a little bit of nagging about and chit chat, but there is something there that really stuck out to me, which is that there could potentially be sentinels guarding that bridge going into the enclave, and it wouldn't be prudent to say that the waters may also be guarded as well in some way, shape, or form, and potentially the beachhead going into the enclave where the portal is at the bottom."
Tharavel sort of agrees, and he suggests that him and Saravel could possibly go ahead under the cover of darkness and maybe do a bit of reconnaissance around the bridge and check out if they are guarded.
That would be a good idea. I don't think that the first thing we want to be doing is already causing a ruckus. It's not good optically if a bunch of strangers come into the Carillion Empire and immediately make tension between the Enclave and this little tiny town of shit.
Let me just see here for a minute. Let me sure I have something worth 1 minute. Yeah. There's a rumor that they're talking about. They you can tell that they have this sort of longing, or not longing. They have this sort of all these tales of the Enclave back in the day, and when the city was, and you hear a sort of I mentioned that in the Astral Observatory. Apparently, if you look through the telescope, you can see your future. You also hear in the corner the whisper of somebody talking about bad nightmares, and how they haven't been able to sleep well recently, and they've heard they need to lay off the booze because they're having very vivid and horrible dreams, nightmares.
He's compelled by that sort of information to do something. He's gonna keep it to himself though. But
I put a gentle restraining hand on Brother Gannon's arms, remember, we don't want to get too tied up here.
No, I know.
I know you want to help. I can see it in your eyes. Right now, calm yourself.
No, my more inquisitive side suggests that before I carry on, have we heard any voices for that bowl?
No, but who knows what might happen in the evening.
Okay, cool. So so at the moment, Gadden and Saren are naive to the bowl in terms of its ability.
Yeah, the only person who has sort of witnessed anything is Barty and briefly Arno.
Okay. So he just looks and says, well, look, my experience of the corruption often means that somehow there's always a supernatural occurrence before the actual bullshit happens. And usually nightmares is a bit of an omen in that instance. But I will take your advice, Aaron. We're not here to do therapist. We are here to just listen.
If it becomes important, then by all means.
Well, I'm waiting for a pattern. If there's more than 3 people saying they're having nightmares, then we're talking like supernatural phenomenon. But otherwise,
Yeah,
it's
I'd
just one
give you
person.
that. I'd give you that.
Because
Okay,
you're not
okay.
really aware of, like, the only people who would be aware that sort of nightmares are a thing would be Tharaval, Lance, Barty, and Arno. So hearing somebody has said that they're having bad dreams, roll me an insight check.
Oh, goody! My best one. Fuck.
Who's rolling insight? Just
Brother Gavin, just to see if he sort of gets any, inkling. Yeah, you sort of, it's just somebody who's had too much to drink and they're talking about bad dreams. So they're not. It's not.
Okay.
You're not connecting anything.
No, we'll wait. In the meanwhile, yes, like there's nothing of substance here other than the fact that the Sentinels may be potentially guarding the bridge, and therefore, if there's anything else, they may be also guarding the coastline going to the portal.
Obviously, Tharval will be aware, if he's been listening in as well, that the Sentinels, they've faced Sentinels before.
I've never encountered such a being, so I've only heard of them in legend.
Yeah, Tharval, you would have obviously in the Veil Walkers, their sort of temple. Well, it's a Dream Walkers temple, but was sort of infested by Veil Walkers. The statues, they're the Sentinel.
What about them? Nasty buggers.
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, the word sentinel should pretty much imply that they are there to guard something, and they'll fuck you up if you try to trespass.
I've heard of them, but I have no wish to cross one.
Well,
exactly.
I would suggest that, as we said, we do the reconnaissance. If there are some there, then we potentially find a secondary route.
Well, I mean, what other route is there than either across the bridge or don't tell me. No, we're gonna have to teleport again. I mean, what also magic is going to be there at the portal. Obviously, they're gonna stop us from getting in. It's an enclave by the Dreamwalkers. Surely they're powerful enough to do that sort of thing and stop people from immediately teleporting near the site.
Are you saying this out loud to the group, or are you saying it to yourself?
I'm being quiet to Tharval and Saren, because obviously he's not aware of But actually, if Barty and Arno and Lance are close by, then yeah, he'll kind of just say it, but just try to be as hushed as possible.
Anything from the rest of you who are being quiet a minute? Sort of, obviously they'll have mentioned the what they've heard, I guess.
I've been out and about wandering, so I don't think.
Oh yeah, no, Lance is out. Yeah. So yeah, he'll direct it at Arno and Barty.
Barty's not. Yeah. Barty knows these nightmares. If it's the veil, they'll be recurring. It's always the same nightmare.
No, but I mean, the third option for going there, because we can't. If there is a guard sentinels guarding the bridge, we don't want to do that. I don't think
a boat. Why are you worried about the bridge?
Because if we go through the boat, they may also have guards across there. I mean, sentinels float or so. Yeah,
we walked into a manor yesterday, and that was guarded. We walked straight in.
Yeah, but those were dumbasses that were guarding you, not sentinels of divine power that could smite us in one blow.
Oh, but our intentions are pure.
Say that, they may not know it. I don't know. I'm just being practical about it. Ask a few questions. If not, then we can go blind. It's all good. I just don't want to be sitting there having to heal 3 dead bodies.
If you wish to do something, just go. It's fine.
As you're as you're discussing the matter, Tharval, roll me an insight. Not insight. Roll me a perception. Yeah. You sort of get a sort of
That's
whiff
disgusting.
of something, and you're like, I know that smell. And you sort of turn around and you see a fella. All right there, mucker Hastings. And you're all like,
What?
all right.
What about you, Jonto?
He's all right, mucker Hastings. What you doing in these parts?
Same old, mate.
He's so your brother tells me you're looking for the connection. Well, this was one of my let's just say one of my private dealings, but looks like you found me here. So what can I do you for?
It happens, matter of fact, that we're looking to enter the portal of the Enclave. We've heard whisperings that there are sentinels and guards in and around it, which we were actually going to scope out. Unless you've ever any information that could save us the trouble.
He sort of kind of says, it seems to me that every time I get wrapped up with you lot, something goes wrong. I was nearly killed, if you don't remember the last time when you had that bloody funeral. So, pardon me if I don't really want to get involved. I came over here for a bit of a jaw, you know. I didn't want to sort of get riled up with you lot again.
We're
everywhere.
Darvel takes out a purse of 100 silver pieces and jangles it in front of him, and he's like, "Is this talking more your language?" and drops it down in front of him.
He looks at you. Roll me a persuasion.
Hey.
With advantage?
No.
Jangle.
It's just normal.
Can
roll.
I was gonna say
money.
but I was gonna say is if Daravol's doing it in front of us, then obviously like Gadden will want to assist in the persuasion by putting in a couple of extra silvers as well.
Okay, go on then. All right, you can have advantage on it.
Yay! Teamwork! Oh yeah!
Okay, he says, like I said, it's always a pleasure doing business with you lads. So, what is it you need?
Information on the current entry points to the island of the portal, and their armaments or defenses, if you please.
No, it's a bit of a tricky one. That they, from what I've been told, is you've got some nasty buggers defending the bridge, and you've got some pretty high cliffs around the base of the island itself. Can't say I've been there myself. To be fair, I've only come to this area recently. But you know, there's possibly an area sort of to the south of the island where you might be able to sort of, you know, a nimble elf like yourself might be able to climb up to get a better look. Otherwise, it's across that bridge, and to be fair, a few of the boyos went across there, and let's just say they haven't returned.
Oh, that sounds promising.
Well, it's given us options. Looks like me and Serval are going for a bit of a climb. Care to join us, Chanto?
Don't think so. There, I've got business with the port master. I'm just gonna, and by business I mean, I believe I've got to steal some of his stuff. So I'm going to leave you to it. The guards in this town are absolutely diabolica. So I'm just going to help myself, and I'll catch you all later.
I'd advise you to take a nose clip of some description with you.
And Tharavel says, a word of advice: if you decide to pick his pockets, wash your hands afterwards.
He looks at you strangely and goes, "Hey, I'll take that. Catch you later, Tharavel. Nice one, Saravel. Catch you later, mate."
Take it easy, big lad.
Walks off.
Okay, so we still take the boat over, but well, the plan is to still take the boat, but obviously, Tharavel, if you do the reconnaissance, it feels to me that we're one way or the other. If the Sentinels catch us and we do end up in a situation where we have to explain ourselves, I mean, here's the thing here: we have a ball, and it's in our hands. And I don't know if anybody has ever clocked onto this perception, but it may look like we're the thieves. And that we're probably, and if we are trying to give it back, there's going to be massive question marks and detainment and lots of like this bullshit where they'll ask us, how did you find it, and so forth.
My history is not pretty, and that is not on my side.
Yeah. So I don't know if we
what I would advise is that we do the reconnaissance, because if there is more than one way in, that means there is more than one way out.
There we go. That's the smart thing.
You just leave the convincing to me.
Okay.
He just looks at the halfling like, the fuck.
Where did you come from?
Yeah. Okay, so Tharavel will not sort of kind of labor it too much. So you are you taking yourself off? Problem is to get there. It's going to take a while. So I'm trying to think about this. So let's think about this logistically.
We can go as a unit and then make camp, can't we? Like we could.
Okay, right. So yeah, but the thing is, if you're going to get the boat, the tide doesn't come in unless you want to sort of get a rowing boat or something, and sort of.
Did somebody say rowing boat?
A rowing boat. So I'm trying to think about this for a minute. So let me.
Oh, is it a race?
I have a
waits for the
patch.
tide, and the second runs.
I have a patch, and he just like opens up and waves the patch about and says, "Tharavel, I have a rowboat for 2 people here if you want to use it." And he just waves this like cloth, like, what the fuck is this?
Tharavel sort of looks at him as like,
I forgot about your patches. Yeah.
Tharavel sort of looks at him, waving a piece of cloth about. He sort of looks at Sarah and is like, "Is he okay?" What?
He's clearly lost his
Does he realize that's a bit of cloth and not a boat?
I'd sort of look at him and go, the jury is out on both questions, quite frankly, but he means well.
Don't give me this shadiness. The last time I saved your skin, I pulled a patch out. It was 2 mastiffs.
Okay, so you've got, let's see, it is, say, 5, 10, 15. You're looking,
15 miles?
15, 20 miles to the island, which will take you half a day. I don't know, because you're rowing, it's not going to be any faster than walking, I don't think. You're going to
stay doing a brisk pace.
Can we afford that, though, time-wise?
Yeah, I was going to say, what time is it now? It can't be any more than like late afternoon.
So, I'm not thinking more like days.
Basically, we're waiting for the ship, isn't leaving until the next morning anyway.
Yeah, so it's sort of, it's early evening and stuff, so, they could meet you there, I guess, as you sort of come down. What that scene said, how much sleep do you and Saravel need?
Half. 4 hours. Okay. For a full rest, they get 4 hours.
Okay, I'll not labor it too much, right? Yeah, so you can do your sort of thing. You won't be able to go there and back, but you can go there and then meet them somewhere if you want to do that.
Yep.
So we're about, you're sort of I'll put it on to the up and can. So you're in the red square. So I guess near the bridge entrance, sort of obviously out. Or there's like a little inlet, which means you'd have to go past the bridge. There's a little sort of village.
There's a port at the back of it.
There is a port at the back of it.
Yeah, there's a port in the back of it. It's not been mentioned.
Yeah, well,
The question is, will we be able to get into that port without?
Sounds like a Joseph Heller novel.
I just sort of saw it's like that's either like a pickaxe or an anchor.
No, it's a port. For the sake of this, no, there's no port there. I forgot about it.
Okay.
Figment of our imagination.
Disgusting.
It's a port.
Shameful display.
Is it a USB port?
Yeah, it's a USB. Or okay, let's just say it was a former port. Obviously, at one point in time, they would have need somewhere to sort of ship goods back and forth. But so we'll say there is a port there. But it's
we need to get to the south of the island. Did they not?
So if you go if you go to the port, it's going to be guarded. So it's up to yourself.
Basically, we need to get to the point at the south of the island. So if we're going down underneath the bridge and to the south of the island to where we can climb up.
Yeah, so you're going to the south of the island, so you're going to climb up to get sort of onto the island to sort of see what's going on. You will then either have to stay there and hope they can get across, or find a way back. There is a small village sort of in an inlet.
Who's got the sending stones?
Oh,
yeah. Okay, we can say somebody can have the sending stones, so you have the sending stones between you. So we always forget who has them.
I'll take one, and then I think it's usually Lance.
Delandra has one, and she's in it. She's currently in her grave. So unless you're talking to a dead body.
Delandra, wake up.
I have talk with the dead.
rub the stone in your sleeve.
Well, again, it's either we use the sending stones, or Ceravel can use his dude, his criminal contact, because his criminal contact includes corrupt caravan masters and seedy sailors.
Oh, seedy sailors. That's it.
Not just any ordinary sailors.
With the sailors and stuff is getting that back in time. So it's like, it's going to be half a day to get. So it's probably like what?
This is basically down to how difficult you're going to make it.
No, I'm just saying. So
the only time pressure we've got at the moment is the one we've put on ourselves. So
yeah, and
my other concern is how quickly we get this done versus, I mean, if they know it's missing, it's obviously being tracked. How long before they realize that we've teleported from where we were to where we are?
They can't track the ball.
You're worried about the wrong things. It's not if they know they've lost the ball. It's if everybody was murdered to get the ball, and the people that are currently in there are the murderers. That's much worse.
Yeah, that is much worse.
We can imagine all these problems, but until we get there, we don't really.
I idly accidentally sort of pick up a bit of the fish and.
What we'll do then is you can we'll do some rolls for some reconnaissance, and then you can sort of meet them at the sort of like there's a little jut out to the south of to the north of the bridge, and to the south of the city, and you can sort of kind of meet them in a little wooded area there, I guess. So roll me. So what's your plan? So what you're going you're taking the rowing boat. You're going south under the bridge, and then to the south island. Or are you going round to the west, and to the south?
So I mean, basically, from what John Doe said, we want to get to the south of the island so we can climb up and get a better viewpoint, which will give us a view of, I'd say, the bridge, so we can see what's guarding what and what's on the actual. Well, I think we kind of know that there's sentinels on the bridge.
Okay. All right. So roll me stealth first.
We're also gonna cast pass without trace.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
A veil of shadows. Ooh, interesting.
I love that skill.
So that means we both get +10, and we basically can't be seen
unless
by anything.
Gets a
no, it says it can't be tracked except by magical means.
Can be tracked except by magical means. A creature's yeah, so you're not being tracked, you're just being observed. It's not being tracked. There's a difference between each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has bonus to dexterity, stealth checks, and can't be tracked. So it's not like you're not being...
But the thing is, if it's a veil of shadows and silence radiates, so you're going to be completely obscured, and you're going to be completely silent. So you're not going to be able to. They're not going to see you.
Yeah, they can't see or hear you unless they roll higher than what you roll.
Yeah, which is the crit. So if they get a crit, then
no, it's not crit.
I know,
but if he rolls like a 32, like if you roll a 20 plus 1, you can't say that that's okay.
Crits only work for attacks.
Yeah.
No. That's not we've been playing it from that. We've done this where crits and crit fails and crit passes are for everything.
Right. So there's 22. Oh, hold on. Actually, does he get advantage because he's got his cloak? He's got advantage on. Well, it doesn't really matter. Actually, it's 12.
Double 12.
Yeah, it's 12 plus Gen. Yeah.
And then Serval is. Oh, he's very stealthy.
Yep. So
38.
So 30, 28.
The only reason you do the crit thing is because sometimes you're going to get so overpowered that nothing will be able to touch you. So you have to have that chance that, that if they get that 20, that something can happen. So it just gives you a bit more of an X factor instead of he's running around like superheroes and things bouncing off you left, right, and center. You've got some sort of...
It's a kind of magic.
Okay, so...
You should paying 5e if you're worried about that.
Say it again?
It's the worst. It's the worst. If you're worried about like power creep, this is the worst system.
Yep.
Yeah.
By a long way.
Well, that's why I said there's always been crit fails and crit successes of being throughout on everything. It's not just combat. We've done it on everything.
Fair play.
Okay, so I'm just going to roll d20. As long as he doesn't get a 20. Nope. He completely looking another way. Okay, fine. You pass without being seen. Roll me a dexterity, I guess, and then... No, roll me an athletics, because you're going to have to sort of kind of climb up the side of a outside of a cliff, I guess.
Is it acrobatics or...
Athletics.
Ew. It's not going to be fun. Using rope?
Yeah, you can have advantage on. You sort of
kind
of feebly fall and you fall back into the boat.
Hold on, let's see. Let's do Serval. See if he does any better. God.
Whoops.
The rope gives you advantage, I think, anyway. So he gets up. I will say on the 15 he gets up. And he will sort of shouted, "Brother, stop messing around," and sort of sort of starts pulling on the rope. Roll me another athletics, and he can have advantage on it. I'll give you maybe a little bit more of a bonus because he's helping with the rope pull.
I want to check. Have I got anything? No, I thought I had like a potion of. Oh, hold on a second. I want to check. Did I have a potion?
Sorry.
Potion of water breathing. Potion of invisibility. Nope. Why? That's really weird.
Oh.
Right, hold on. I'm seeing a 20 on the dice on the screen and a 5, but yeah, it's come up as an 8 and a 5.
What's going on there?
Really see?
D20, 1d20 plus 0, so you've got 8. You got an 8 plus 0.
Oh shit! It was 20. So it's an 8 plus 0.
It doesn't matter.
On the screen, the actual dice actually came up as 20.
We'll say you sort of eventually scrabble up with Serval sort of kind of laughing at your sort of your.
It's climbing, usually not.
Climbing
ropes is usually just not like the distance, like movement.
Well,
just halved or something like that. Or...
Yeah. I think because you're on a rope. You're climbing up with a rope. That being said, you'd have to attach the rope to something. wouldn't you, for it to be sort of there? Doesn't matter. Anyway, you're up on top of the hill, or top of the cliff. Okay, so you get on top of this sort of prominent sort of cliff face that overlooks the overlooks sort of kind of the bridge and the portal, and you sort of in the sort of kind of twilight, you see the Somnium Enclave sort of kind of hovering above you. You see some lights sort of shining out from the windows, but they're quite dim at this moment in time. You see. So I'll just show you. So the Enclave. Pretty looking thing right here.
Oh,
Am I assuming I'm back with the group now?
You are back with the there. You would be back whilst Ceravel and Tharavel are off doing their thing. So you see this sort of glorious looking sort of floating thing in the sky, and then you look across to the bridge and you see it's an quite an ornate looking bridge. You have these sort of quite massive sort of statues that seem to be flanking the wall. It looks just like a ceremonial bridge. There's no guards or anything, but you recognize sort of the sentinels sort of flanking on sort of plinths either side. There's also sort of what looks like sort of kind of guard towers on to the front of it as well. You don't see anybody within them, but you do see more of those sort of statues on them.
How far along is the bridge, roughly?
Technically it's 10 miles long, but it's a long bridge. It's obviously this is okay, it's a long bridge.
Do we see any other points of access?
Sorry, I forgot to say. You see also the portal itself, which see the portal itself, which you've got some nice sort of guard. It's surrounded by what is like some dipping rockery of the Enclave itself that sort of kind of comes down into it. It has. You would think it literally is just an archway, as it seems to sort of kind of tie in with the background that it's coming from, but you see a bit of a flicker coming from it, so you're pretty sure that's the portal that'll take you through. There doesn't seem to be any guards on that portal, but you do see some there's some lights to either side of it, and some very sort of odd looking plants on either side as well.
Okay. And we don't see any other means of access.
No, it's literally it's the bridge, the way you came up, or the bridge or the way you came up.
Okay, so I think we'll start heading back to meet up with the rest of the group.
Okay, cool.
Is that what we agreed we were doing?
Yep.
Okay. So you so you sort of make yourself off, take yourself back, and get what rest you can. The rest of you sort of take yourselves off to bed, I guess. Lance, are you doing anything while they're sort of kind of sleeping or anything, or?
I'm going to take myself out for a walk around the perimeter and down to the bridge just to see if there's anything going on.
Okay.
I will join Lance if you will have me.
Very well.
Okay.
Arno also does not need to sleep.
Arno does not need to sleep at all, so there's no rest needed?
At all. 0.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Is that just a warlock trait, or is that?
No, it's my genie thing.
So you don't
that was one of the boons granted me by Kivi.
Well, how do you how do you get rest? How do you get long rests and stuff?
I can, as long as I'm not in combat, like any sort of menial activity still just counts towards a long rest. If I do that for 8 hours, like walking around or whatever, it still counts.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool feature.
I don't need to sleep either.
Yeah, okay. I don't need to power down, don't need to transfer anything. It's just as long as it's low impact activity.
Okay, fair dues. All right, so you take yourselves off. You're killing the story way to get things.
I'm not going to sleep. This is why I took the ball.
Yeah, killing my story with your not being able to sleep things. I can't fuck with yous in your dreams. All right, okay. Fine.
You don't know these things; they're there.
Fine.
This was Arno's grand plan. He knew he didn't need to sleep. This is why he took the ball and put it in his little pocket.
Okay, fine. All right. Maybe I can fuck you the other way. All right. Okay.
Just because they're not asleep doesn't mean you can't fuck with them. There is such a thing as hallucination.
Okay, right, and you know what? It's fine. It's nothing. It was just going to be another sort of kind of glimpse of the bowl and blah blah blah. Okay, so is there anything you want to talk about or do while you're walking around, or you just want to make your way to meet Tharval and Saravel?
I will actually take the moment that I'm alone with Lance and sort of I'll be very quiet for a bit, and I'll just say.
I'll just say froze.
I saw something.
Quiet, can you smell something?
Please try again. You just froze a bit.
Froze.
Me?
Yeah, you're frozen.
Yep.
Am I still frozen?
No, you're back.
No.
You're back.
There you go, Jigga.
Okay, I didn't lose anything. All right, so I'm walking alongside Lance and sort of kicking a stone around and just spurt out. I saw something.
Anything in particular? Loose change? Pickpocket?
No, you idiot. The bowl. When we were putting it away, I had a flash of a horrible vision. I didn't want to say anything at the time, but I've grown concerned.
What were the details of that vision?
You're quite low, Mark. Can't hear you very well.
How's that?
Yeah, better.
Yeah, better. What did you say?
So what were the details of this vision you saw?
Not much, just harrowing figures. Horrible figures. Were they surrounding the bowl?
Yes, surrounding the bowl, yeah.
Surrounding the bowl in cloaks with demonic faces and fangs, and it was just for a split moment, but it penetrated my mind.
It could represent the influences that have corrupted it still being present, which would imply that it could be they feel threatened because we're moving towards a way to purify it.
Well, this is what I figured, but I made sure I didn't even touch the bowl. This is a new worry.
But it's within your domain. It could be that there is some vestigial link there. It's
Perhaps.
contained within an extension of you, or a part of you.
And I suppose I have not seen any of these visions outside of my vessel. Do you think we should tell them? Do you think we should tell the lion?
I think part of me would like to say yes, but I think for the moment, possibly, if we keep it to ourselves, and maybe if we get a chance, we'll tell Barty. But I feel that the brother, he can be quite volatile.
And rash.
Well, his
Ears are
default
burning.
I feel that his default action is to respond impulsively, which obviously is based upon his experience, but he has different experiences to the rest of us. We're aware of it, and I'll keep an eye on you, and if we can catch Barty, we'll let him know, and we can keep an eye on you. But obviously, if you have another one, then we'll need to discuss it. But if it's just a one-off, we'll keep an eye on things for the time being.
I'm unsure it's wise to return to the vessel until we really need to.
But that's my point, is if we find out that if it affects you outside the vessel, that's when we need to know about it, okay? Because
Very well.
it is a layer of additional padding, if you like, that was stripped away while we were within.
And whilst I cannot sleep, I cannot dream. This is where you and I share a good fortune.
Yes, exactly. I'm cracked, but I'm not that cracked.
Why, what?
I'm sorry, did I hear something?
Hallucinations are a thing.
You hear a curse in the wind.
Yeah, is that thunder right here? Is there a storm brewing?
Just give a game of sleep.
As you're sort of walking around, you sort of bump into, well, you don't bump into, you bump into Jonto again, and he's sort of like carrying a lot of things, and he's like, all right there, Lance, big man, how's things? So nice night.
Fancy meeting you here, Jonto.
Yeah, nice night, isn't it?
Well, apparently it's been a busy night.
Oh yeah, that's just moving home. Don't you worry about it, big man. Just so you know, I was talking to some fellas down the road there, and they're telling me about some sort of there's some weird sort of tablet at the foot of the bridge, and it's got these sort of like symbols on it. Might be of use to you, not sure, but just thought I'd tell you. Obviously that information comes at a cost, as he sort of kind of puts his hand out and sort of,
I chuckle at him and say, 1 second, let's just see, shall we? And I reach into my belt. Let's just grab my profile. And just sort of jiggle around a little bit and come out and drop 10 platinum pieces in his hand. And say, I feel that at this stage in time, it's a good option for me to remind you that we would very much appreciate any other information that might happen to come across. You might have to happen to come across in your travels.
Yeah, he says to you. He says, now that you mention it, yeah, it's some sort of activation / deactivation for those sentinel things. So if you can figure those out, you might be able to get across that bridge.
I mime and see if I'm spitting in my hand. Obviously, I can't spit, and I hand it out and say, I hold my hand out to shake his hand and say, "It's always a pleasure to do business with you."
You too, big lad. You too. Whoa, gonna get pissed tonight. As he sort of picks himself off.
You might want to stow that gear before you do that, or you might end up.
What do you think?
I'm giving it away or something.
I'm a fucking professional. I'm not acting like a first-time fucking thief. Is
that before or after the GOG?
As he leaves, Arno looks up at Lance. He obviously can't see what was happening above him, and sees the exchange, and he's like, "How much did you give him?"
I found that with Jonto, he tends to be, how should we put this? quite creative in how he comes up with things when he feels appreciated. So I dropped him a couple of platinum pieces there, and some silver in there.
Platinum? I could have made some sort of illusion.
Yeah, the problem with Jonto is he also has a long memory. It's fine. I will cover it later on. But it sounds like we now have a way to bypass the Sentinels. Correct?
Yeah. Maybe we should go and take a look at this so-called tablet before we tell the others.
Sounds like a very good idea, because Jonto sometimes leaves details out as well.
The tablet sort of like at the foot of the bridge, so it would be at the bridge itself. So you're all going to now
in that direction.
Yeah, so you're all going to meet Tharavel and Ceravel and then make your way to the bridge.
I think if we've got time in the night, I think me and Lance will have a precursory check at this tablet. If it's not,
that's the point. Is that Ceravel and Ceravel are already out that way, so we'll join up with them along the way.
The tablet's at the bridge. It's basically on the pillar. It's effectively a switch for switch for the guards and stuff. So you make your sort of next day. Tunafachi takes you on his boat, singing some "Solo mio, oh solo mia," as he sort of like rowing you, sailing down.
Gondola?
Yeah, gondola.
We're on a giant gondola. It's just like
oh god, the stereotypes are real.
Is he wearing a red and white horizontal striped top?
Yeah, with a hat with a little sort of kind of ribbon coming out of it. You know, there's a heart shaped seat at the back for.
God,
who's sat in it?
Great on that.
Like Brother Ganon sitting there like that, sort of tapping for people.
I was going to trip Ganon and have him land in it.
Oh no, he's just gonna be like, no, this is embarrassing. Fuck.
Plenty of room for one big one.
Okay.
Oh Jesus.
As it's the next day, am we okay to roll my portent dice for laters?
Yes.
2d20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is we'll get to that point. We'll say he leaves you off near where sort of you were having the rendezvous with Tharavel and Ceravel. So you can say your piece with them. What you know, what's happening, and then we will do one more bit and then we'll call it an evening.
Okay, so as we deposited and everyone's gathering up, I say, Tharavel, I believe Jonto's about?
Oh, he always crops up in the strangest of places. Can't get rid of that boy. He's like a bad penny.
Well, we bumped into him last night with an interestingly large and bulging sack over his shoulder. Doesn't feel like it's Yule, but apparently it was for him. And for a generous consideration, he has given us information about the Sentinels on the bridge. There's a nice tablet there which deactivates them that he happened to come across in his travels. So we have options on the bridge as well in terms of not getting beaten up by giant mechanical monsters.
Well, that's good because we didn't really find much as to. There doesn't seem to be a lot other than the Sentinels, but did Jonto manage to say how the tablet works?
It looks fairly clear, but in terms of there's two very clear runes on it. As regards the actual inscription on there, I believe we have a scholar or two with us that can help us to check that. But in theory, it appears to be a simple on or off situation.
Okay, so we'll take you sort of like are you stealthing your so basically you'll make your way to the foot of the bridge. Let me So obviously it looks longer than this, but you're sort of kind of one end of the bridge. There's sort of nice, quite ornate looking sort of pillars inside. You see this long bridge reaching off towards the island with sort of big watchtowers on either side. You sort of notice on one of the big pillars there is this tablet on the side of it. And the tablet looks like I've lost my bloody bookmark. All right.
Is it in the folder?
No, I've got it here. Okay, there we go. Oh.
Wee.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have this tablet, and on the tablet you have these sort of elemental symbols. Beside the tablet, in fact, roll me investigation.
Yeah.
Is that everyone?
Yeah, here, but, or you can give me it. Yeah, so all right, okay.
I got a 22.
So you sort of you see this tablet, but you also notice that there is sort of, as you're sort of kind of looking around it, there's these little these quite sort of ornate looking sort of kind of elemental rocks that look like fire and ice and wind and fire, water, wind and earth, sort of kind of in this bowl below it, and you know, it's sort of kind of with it. The sort of, you've got this pillar, you've got this plaque effectively on top of it, and you've got this bowl with these sort of, they kind of look like pebbles, but they're in the sort of kind of elemental shapes that you see there.
Okay, so we have the symbols on the pebbles. Then we have this matrix. Interesting. I don't recall it looking like that last night, but here we go.
You can give me. I'm guessing Barty's probably your best bet. If you want to give me a history check to see if you understand how to deal with it.
Can I help him with advantage as well, please?
And I will give him guidance.
Yeah, he's fine. Okay, so let me.
Double 29, not bad.
Shoot.
Nice, isn't it? I should have put a lottery ticket on.
You've got guidance. You got an extra 1d4 if you want.
Let's have it. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so
30.
Even 30. Between friends.
So you've got. Let me stick this up here, and this.
I love your sex tape. Woo.
So I need to stick the right layer actually. Here. Right, these are tokens. But they're not a part of the thing. They are just tokens that you can sort of. I'm not sure if you should be able to. Can you select those tokens? Can you touch them?
Yeah.
Yep, you can.
Okay. Can you duplicate them?
Hang on. No, we can't.
Okay. All right. So we'll do it one at a time, and then. Oh, what's happened there? You flip them. You flip them.
Oh yeah, if you click, you can flip.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me just get down to the. Okay. So Barty, you've seen similar, similar sort of devices before, similar puzzles before, and you know that. Let me just get this. you need to get so each row needs three elements in it, but you can't have the same element. It's kind of like Sudoku. You can't have the same element in the same column going down as going across. You've got to move them into the right places. And the hints are basically starting off with obviously fire at the top. Actually, I want a description. Where is it?
You basically mean water has to go here because it's matching this water thing and the water thing there.
So you've got so each element puzzle has a center of 5 by 5 surrounding by a border. Each row and column 5 by 5 grid. Blah blah blah. Empty squares are considered either earth symbols. That's why elemental puzzles always appear on a rocky surface. Blah blah blah. The clues around the edges of the grid tell the players which fire, water, or air symbol appears first in that direction. In the other row, the column earth symbols do not follow this rule because they are simply squares. Yeah, okay. So you have to have 3 in a column, and it's kind of like Sudoku. Though you do note, as soon as you place the first one, a timer will start going.
Bollocks.
No pressure.
And let me just check how many of these I need, because I might just sort of stick them all out. You can mess around with them. So. In fact, what I might do is I'll just expand this out slightly and I'll put them to the side so you can have them. I do. Oh, it's not letting me change the size of the. Ah, it is. If I do that, not. Anything? Can I put if I put these to
that top row won't make sense though because it's 2 fires at the top.
If I do this, if I put these at the side
Just
here,
first in that row. Yeah, well, actually, that's true.
and then I'll duplicate them for you.
The grid of 5 by 5 in the middle that counts.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think you need 5. You need. Oh, you do. 1, 2, 5, 1, 2. Is it killing somebody that I'm putting them in a haphazard way?
Pretty much. I'm twitching slightly here, so I'm cleaning as I go along.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, you need to put a bit of thought into it. As soon as you put the first one in, a timer will start.
So you were saying that the symbols indicate what is first in that row.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll read it out again. I'll read it out again.
So no, it's just because basically you've got some on the left hand side, you've got some at the top, you've got some on the right hand side. So as Jace was saying, if in the very, very first column or first square in the top left hand corner, if that's a fire symbol, then it also means the top right is a fire symbol as well. But that instantly.
Well, no. So I think it says there is a fire. So I think that means that there's a fire. There is a fire in that sort of row. And then there is a water in that row, or is there? There's a water in that row. There's a fire in that one, so it can't be water. It can't. So the first one, so I'll give you the hint. So the first one, it can't be water because that one's water. It can't be wind because that's wind. So it can't be. It could be that one. Technically, in this first row, in theory, it could be the first one or the very last one.
Yeah,
because it's
so. Well, here, if that's the case, then by less logic here. So I'm going to do this in character.
Why could fire be the last one?
There's fire there as well. So
the logic
But
here
you're
is that if
saying-
there's a fire and fire in this in this column and this row, therefore it's here.
But then it's saying there is a
Because-
fire here, so there is a
Yeah,
fire
it's-
in this row here, but it might not be that one. So it's either that one or that one, based on the fact that it can't be.
So
Click.
the ones that are on the side aren't counted as part of the row, or are?
So
They're not counted as part of the row.
let me just read it out
They're
for you
not.
again, so just to make sure we're sort of on the same page. So
I think this one here cannot be fire because fire has to exist as the first one in this column, and that would by definition be the last one. So we can eliminate fire from this, and that this one has to be earth because fire is the first thing in that row. So this has to be an earth one because it can't be fire. Do you understand?
yeah, so each row and
correct.
column in a 5x5 grid requires exactly one fire, air, and water symbol.
Each row.
Each row.
Every row and column, right?
Each
Or just
row
row.
and column in the 5x5 grid requires
yeah.
exactly one fire, air, and water symbol. Empty squares are considered earth symbols. That is, every elemental puzzle always appears rocky surfaces. There are always 2 squares in each row and column. The clues around the edges of the grid tell the players which fire, water, or air symbol appear first in the direction in the row or column. Earth symbols do not follow
Right.
this row
Okay.
because they are not empty squares. They are
So
empty
this,
squares.
so if we address fire first, there is definitely either one in each of the corners, at least.
By the way, are
Okay.
you stealthing here, or are you just standing at the end of the bridge?
Well, I'm still stealthed.
So
And by that logic, if you're still stealth, we're stealth
Well,
because
you
you've got 10 meters. You got
Well,
10
no,
foot
you,
radius.
you've got yeah. So everybody who surround me gets a +10 to their stealth roll.
How long
You
does that
still have to
last
roll.
for, by the way?
8 hours, right?
1 hour. So you've slept for
1
4
hour.
hours, so it's not there anymore. After
Ah,
it
okay.
passes.
fine.
Well, then, Cerebell will
in that
just
case,
Cerebell will just recast.
well,
This has to be
we
fire.
might be able.
Wait,
we might be
did
able
you place that? Just remember, as soon as
No,
you
no,
place
no,
it,
no, no, no,
it
no.
starts.
No. I just wanted to show people that the top left has to be fire. That's the only thing that's 100% certain because it can't be here because the first one in that row is water, then air, then water, then fire. But fire has to be the first one in this column, therefore the top left has to be fire. Does that make sense to everyone?
No, it does. I'm just I'm bulletproofing the logic, but I can't do that because as Gadden goes, he's not that smart in that way. Barty, you were
Well, I
about to
don't
say
know if
something
we-
though.
So
Can we actually do this in character? I don't think these puzzles lend themselves to like if you see the
no, we'll
answer.
end up shooting ourselves in the foot. If being seen's an issue, I can just cast Lehman's Tiny Hut. So we've got like a opaque, invisible barrier around us whilst we
Okay, that's
spend
fine.
8 hours doing this.
All right.
But can you take the tablet inside?
No,
Is
it's
it,
on,
like, big
it's on a
enough?
pillar. It's basically like it's
I'll
kind of.
I'll cast a dome around the tablet.
Yeah.
So we can get up to like 10 people in there, I think.
I love the tiny hut. I love
That's
the
great.
tiny
And I'm
hut.
going to cast it as a ritual as well, so just bear with me 10 minutes.
Okay.
Whilst enemy abound still going.
Okay, that's fine. So, yeah. So, have a think about it. Decide what you're going to do. I don't know if you want to mark it on. Instead of putting runes there, you want to sort of mark it with some pen and stuff where you think things are going to go,
Right.
and then
I've
start
got
placing.
red paint handy for fire.
I've got blue for water.
And then you will start placing when you're ready. Then.
Yeah. So you reckon fire here then?
Fire 100% there.
All right, let's just give it a go.
I reckon
So
water.
that means water here, right? Or what? Then?
No, not necessarily.
No, because water could be also here and here.
It could be. Oh, we know that. Hang on.
So each direction.
Okay,
the
this has.
circle is based on what's on the edge, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that has to be air because air can't be anywhere else there,
Correct.
and then it will be water either the second row or the fourth row, and then the bottom one is earth. Who's got earth for bottom left?
No, there's no earth.
It's
Just
leave
leave it
empty.
blank. Yeah.
No, I know, but okay, fine. But if we put something there to blank it out, we know that square is resolved. You know what I mean?
Put a black one
Yeah.
maybe for.
Someone put a black cross then.
There we go. This one here?
Okay. Yeah. There we go.
So water on the fourth or second row, right?
Yeah.
But which one? Because it'd be either be.
Well, we need to come back to that. So
Yeah, because either this one or this one, or this one here. Yeah, it'd have to be one of these two.
So if we've got fire there, then does that mean that one has to be fire? 'Cause that's the
Yes.
last one in that row.
Because there's two.
No, because it's the first one from the left, and so I think fire is the middle bottom.
The clue means it could be the first or the last. So if it's there, then that's.
Are you sure? No.
Because this is the first in this row here.
That's what Gary said. Yeah.
Well, look. So you've got basically.
No, it was on the nearest side.
So basically, if you've got a so for example, this middle one here, and I'll give you a second. There's definitely a water and there's definitely a fire in that middle column.
Yeah, we know that. What we're saying is like if the fire, let's take the bottom left fire symbol, right? Does that mean that fire occurs first from the left, or can it be first or?
So that means there's fire in that row, and if you look on the right hand side, there's wind on that row. So on the left hand side, there's fire in that row, and there's wind in that row.
I thought there's fire, water, and wind on
every row.
Sorry, well, sorry, my bad. Yeah, you're right.
So there's a bit in the instructions that say it means it's first or last.
Birth moment, let me read it again.
Does it mean it has to be first or it has to be last?
From what I heard,
I take it as it's beside where the symbol is.
Yeah.
But then that means that we'll have to have fire here and here, which makes
it can't
illegal.
be. No, so I think it is the next one. So you've got fire there, so it can't be. It'll be you've got fire there, so you can't have two fires in the same row. So it has to be the next one on, doesn't it?
No. The question is, if there's a symbol like this fire symbol on the left in the rules. Does that mean that fire occurs first from that direction?
So each row and column in the 5x5 grid requires exactly one fire, air, and water symbol. Empty squares are considered earth symbols. That is why elemental puzzles always clear, blah, blah, blah. There are always two earth squares in each row and column. The clues around the edge of the grid tell the players which fire, water, or air symbol appear first in that direction.
Yeah.
In that row or column, earth symbols do not count.
Yeah, that's fine. So it's from that direction. So on the bottom row, fire has to come first and air has to come last. In these 4 squares we've got left, right? So it has to be air here because air cannot be here, but to the 2 next to it, right? And it has to be left. So that means we have to have water either next to the air, and the water has to be there, and then fire is either next to that or the second one along.
Yeah.
But then this column here says water as well. Oh, I know it says column. Yeah.
To you on that because the instructions are sending me west. Is it possible to get them written? Is it possible to copy and paste into the chat? Yeah, I just think I'll be able to absorb it better if I could read it.
Oh, I can show it to you. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, nice. It's just that I always get.
I can't show it to you because I know it gives you other bits.
You'll give it away.
Yeah.
Okay. No worries.
Let me just copy this.
So
I'll stick it in the chat.
Vic, in the 4th row, 4th column, that has to be earth. So if you can put black
Fourth
above
row,
the
4th column above water. Yep.
No, above. Sorry, 5th, right at the end. So above the air.
Column. Here.
So,
so that has to be
earth. The edge. Tell us which appears first in that direction. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
And here's the thing: is it first? I hate to throw this in spanner, but is it first left to right or right to left?
It depends whether it's on the left or on the right.
Got
so
it.
That wind symbol there shouldn't be generating a black, should it?
Pardon?
The second one up on the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, it should. It should because there has to be an air last in that row, but it can't be an air in that column because we've already got an air there.
So it needs to be the next one along.
Right.
Not necessarily.
Well,
it doesn't have to be beside it. It just means it's the last one, or that's the first one in the sort of...
got it. Makes sense.
The split in between rows and columns is really fucking me up.
I'm gonna say. By this way, I'm gonna say this is water here, but then because there is already a water further down along the line, and I think that there's going to be a water here, or no, actually, it's either here because it's closer. One of these two, though, this one or this one, is definitely first water, so we just have to make a decision on this one. But I think that this one is probably going to be the one that has it because it's the closest between this and this. That makes sense. So I'm probably saying
it's just logic. There'll be some logic to working it out.
Oh yeah, I'm not very good at this logic.
So you always have to have two Earth, and I think it's sort of, so if it says it's going to be the first. It doesn't include. So obviously, it's the first fire. So if we look at that bottom one, okay, because it's probably.
So okay, right, yeah. This is what's confusing me. So basically, it's saying that the first square in that direction is fire, like, but it's not necessarily
the first element.
The first element is fire. So the first element.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So okay, right. I get it. Right. Okay.
So far, I'll give you a hint. So far, what would take? There's circles on that pit. So what are these circles?
That was me just trying to figure stuff out in my head. So I was doing circles to clear them out from what the guys were doing.
Okay, so bar the circles, you're currently
Just
right.
worry about the
Bar the circles, you're currently right. One of the circles may be right.
Yeah, don't confuse.
That's why
it's so hard to
visualize.
Yeah, I've got a pen and paper now, so I can work this out.
Ooh, puzzles!
I've got a spreadsheet.
I've got migraine.
I have a migraine too.
This is the easy one because there's going to be more of these, and they're going to be timed.
This is the easy one.
This is and they're going to be timed next time. There's not going to be unlimited time on these ones.
Yeah, look. So it's the last column is fire, earth, water, because on the second row it can't be water because water occurs first from the left. So it means that has to be earth, and fire has to come first. So
draw it in, dude, because I keep getting lost.
Sorry, he's a PhD. He's all right.
So how about if we clear the drawing stuff? And
no, wait, but keep the X's because the X's are right so far.
X's are right.
No, it says I have to clear. It says clear on the layer. So if
right, 1 minute, I'll see if I can.
If
I can knock them off.
Has a note, then we can clear off everything and resketch it. That's all.
Hang on, I'm just gonna take a screenshot. It lasts longer.
There you
go. Oi, vey.
Right, this column is correct, guaranteed.
Okay.
Agree.
Okay.
You
he
can.
He said the bottom column was correct. Yeah, so you can.
Bottom row or column?
We haven't got the fire. You haven't got the fire in there yet.
We don't know about the fire just yet.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say that fire is here.
Yeah, I would think.
Well, we're not 100% sure. It could still be next to it. So.
Oh no, because this.
There's no fire in that row.
There's no.
It's just amazing.
So it could either be this one or this one.
Thing and kind of going.
No, I think it's this one here. I think it's two black. It's two earths and a fire at the bottom row. Because the fire is here.
Yeah.
Can you prove that with 100% logic? You can't.
Yeah, you can.
Why? How?
Because
why can fire not be the second one along?
So it's not the second one along because there's no indicator to say on the row whether it's fire. And then on this one above here, it says it's fire.
There's just no clues on that column. It can still be.
The fact there's no clues could be a clue in itself.
Wait, no. So here's why. So fire. There's a fire at the bottom here, which means it needs to be. It's the earliest, but then there's also a fire in this row, and it basically means that it can't be this one here because it's too far away. It needs to be this one here because it needs to be close to this fire as well. So I'm going to say
the fire because the fire could be here and the one above, and that could be Earth.
Yeah. So we just know
All right.
the first actual fire is there, but we don't know if it's the second.
Yeah,
first or second row from the bottom. Okay, cool, fine. I'm gonna say it's still there. I'm strongly gonna say the bottom one, but let's work the rest of the logic out then.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what are the black X's? Sorry.
Earth.
They're blank.
Yeah, they're
blank.
empties. Yeah, they're Earth. So for the first row, we have no indicate. We've taken the water out of the fourth row, the fourth column. Yeah.
Yep. But there needs to be a water here.
So we need to have a water in there, but again,
and it's either 2 or 3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be 1 or 2 actually. Row
1 or 2, I would say.
Row 1 and 2 in the middle. Yeah.
Row 3, we filled that in on the third row.
Okay, so let's black out this water. That can't be water there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. We're dropping a cheeky air here.
Not necessarily.
We already discussed that.
Wait, it's not. No, it's not. It's not an Earth. We're just saying it can't be water. Whoever put that X in.
Okay.
I'm just blanking out this so we can know.
Eliminating possibilities on the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's drawing crosses?
All right. Sorry, Arthur, you're choosing that one.
Don't draw crosses. No.
Oh, I see what we're doing. We're blotting out the elements. Got it.
Yeah. And then we'll be able to make a judgment.
We're zeroing stuff out.
Got it.
So in the second row, we know where the fire is.
Yeah. So we can blot out all the fires there. Yeah. We on the third row we know where the water is, so we can blot that one out too. And we also know what the fire is on the top row, so I can blot those ones out too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My brain is imploding.
This is a lot more in depth than I thought it was going to be. That's good. Watching you figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. So it is definitely. So the water is in either the first or on the first row, first or second column. But by logic, no, doesn't make sense there. No, it could be either one of those two. So we should leave those ones to be resolved until we got another row.
With the third column.
Yeah.
So the fire has to be the last, and water has to be the first. Yeah.
I want to say yes.
Unless an Earth is in the way, yeah.
So if we're doing this by blacking out, where it could be is one of those two, yeah.
Yeah, and then we can do the same thing with red.
Fire.
Yep.
We know that the fire can be that one, or that one, or that one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that does, because then there's no yeah.
And the air has to be here or here.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just this is redundant now.
Oh no, I'm just looking at it and trying to zero where we've got.
I think
it can be early on.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to do. There, we know it needs to be early. We know it needs to be. We can be late.
You're quite low, by the way, Mark. Again.
That's odd. Let's check my settings.
Do we say anything about whether water could be here or here?
It can be both.
Yeah.
It can be either of those. Yeah.
Coding is water.
You need a hint, or do you want?
No.
No, we're eliminating possibilities at the moment.
Because it can't be those two rows because we're narrowing it down to. No, yeah, we're narrowing it down there.
So wind has to be the last. So it's kind of So we know it can be fire or wind. So those two is dual. That's because we know it's 3 in a go, and we've not got any of those at the moment.
Mm-hmm. We haven't got a row, a fire on column 4, right?
No.
No. Okay, cool. So that means it could be either that one there or the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, and actually, we can also do a water on row 2.
Yeah. That's good. I was just doing that.
Nice. Which means also technically we can also do it in row 1. Yeah. So it narrows it out. And then also on row 1 column, no, row 2 column 1, that's also water.
Beat you to it, just about.
And then that means there is an error on row 2 column 4, right? Yeah.
Which
okay, cool.
in.
Okay, that helps things out. I just have
We
to
know what our possibles are.
Yeah. Oh shit. This is hurting my head.
It's hard because you can't. The hardest thing is you can't play around with and work it out.
So that's why I've got like a sort of spreadsheet and just try and.
Oh yeah, the spreadsheet's a good idea.
You can put color. You can put color. You can fill in the colors in the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Do this one here.
I was just using letters to be honest, but the colors might be easier.
Water. Earth. Air. Water. Fine, yeah. I've got it. No, I don't. Yes. Yeah. Oh no, wait. Last water. Shit.
Have you just almost but not quite buggered yourself?
Yeah. Oh no.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Happy New Year! See you later.
I hate you. We haven't got
My
that.
favourite part of playing make believe is confirming.
Okay, I think I've got it. Fire.
Banging the DM.
Water. Oh no!
Downside to not having Danny in the game living next door to Matt, we can't send her around to beat him up.
Guys, I got it.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Got it. Yeah. Okay, so it's fire,
See if I'm gonna
water here. Then there's a water here. Then there's the water here. And the water's down there. Then with the fire, it's fire there. Oops. Fire there. Fire in the middle. Fire here. And fire here.
Remember, we also need fire in the discotheque.
And then air is here. And down here. And
It
up
can't
here.
be there because fire has to be the first one in that column.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I was going to say that's wrong.
I have that obscured on my. Oh, I need to scroll down. Oh god, it's so close.
Well, I'm gonna put in something in the. Where's the actual chat?
You might want to clear that off, by the way, because you've got a lot of stuff going on.
Hold on, let's see if I can get this. Alright, copy that and put it in. I think this could be right, but it could be wrong. What chat is the best to put it into?
Just stick it in the RP chat.
There we go.
What did we have before?
I'll show you what we had before. That was correct. In the chat. This is correct so far.
Michael, you're close, but you're not right.
I know. It's just like. What do you put it in the chat?
Yeah,
He's
in
close.
the
He's close. He's close, but he's not right.
I felt like I'm watching
Which chat did you put it in?
I put it in the Discord.
RP chat and Discord.
RP chat.
In the RP chat.
This there's a little like a speech bubble thing where you got the video chat at the moment. You can do that. Hang on, let me just.
Oh yeah. I see. Yeah, I see what you've done. Yeah.
I'll tag you in it. See if it notifies you.
Yeah,
okay.
So the three in the bottom
That's
one.
what I've got.
That's so far. There is a.
So let's get back to that. Was it like this, right?
Yeah.
Right, another piece of paper.
Agree with that one. I think that was correct there, and I think that one was there. I think that one's there. Actually, I need to ring fence that off with some gold somewhere. Change that one to gold. That one. And that one. That's rude. Don't do that.
I'm assuming there's more than one way of doing this.
No, there won't be.
No.
There's a solution to it which I've got in front of me at the minute. You're close. Yours is close, but you're off.
I feel like a Roy Walker's going to pop up any second to go. You're close, but it's not the one.
You don't get this yet.
You're Michael. I'll give you sort of. Do you want that? Do you want hints, or do you want to keep on sort of?
No, leave us alone.
I'm pretty sure that Arno will actually hunt you down and beat you if you give him hints at this stage.
Okay.
With extreme prejudice.
What happened to Matt? He was murdered by a halfling.
Strangled with a guitar string.
Wind.
No, that's wrong there. That should be that one, which means this one should have been this one. I think that's right. Which means that this one here is this one here.
He's just like, what's going on?
This one goes here.
I got left behind a very long time ago, and I'm okay with that.
I still haven't packed my bag for tomorrow.
Nope, that's not the right one.
What is it fucking... So
I think I have it.
Like...
I think I have it. Let me just... 1 second. Matt, let me know if this is right.
I think we've lost all sense of jeopardy if we just chuck it on. Chuck the tokens in, see what happens.
Yeah,
they'll probably come flying back at us at 150
So you are. I'm assuming the light
No,
blaze.
you can't. Jace, you've got 2 fires.
Oh, 2 red. Yeah, sorry, I just read that. That means that there is a red where it shouldn't be.
I think the one on the one on the right should be a wind.
Yeah, you've got 2 in 2.
Oh wait,
Can I give you a clue?
Move this,
no, you
move
can't.
The second column fire down one and delete the middle column fire.
We're happy in our ignorance, Matt.
Yeah, hang on.
Delete middle column
I'm more the
bottom
fact
fire.
that I need to pack.
Yep.
Still have
I'm amazed that you haven't been
fire
packing
down
for 20 minutes, mate.
You totally could have been packing while we were trying to do this.
Yeah.
You absolutely could have been doing that, and we'd have been none the wiser.
You'll come back in the new year and I'll still be here.
Hang on. What did you say there, Arno? Conrad?
No, we move the middle fire left.
Left. Yep.
And then delete the fire below that.
I'm going to clear this artwork off here because I think.
And then redisplay that and let's see.
Yep. Let's have a look now. There you go.
Great.
This is from liquid. I keep seeing this from liquid chromatography as well. This hurts my head.
So what have you got?
Uh,
Fire,
No,
wind,
the
water.
logic on this makes sense as long as it matches the symbols. So,
Yeah.
there's air is the last one on row 4.
Row 4. Okay, cool. So we have to switch that black one with the cool. But that means that then air is the last one on the last row or the 4th row.
No, it's not. It's black. It's earth, but we can't have fire after it.
I'm going to take a slash while you work this out.
Yeah, okay, cool, go for it. You do it.
I'm gonna fire in my one again here. It's much different.
Yeah.
Puzzle is fucking easy.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wind is yellow for you, Michael, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. The yellow, that's okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I think I've got them all the right places. It's just whether they actually match up with the direction.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's it. Well done.
You got
See,
it?
the thing is, the one I did before, I'm pretty sure was right as well, but I think there's multiple ways of doing this. So it's basically matching up with what Math has.
Mm-hmm.
And hoping and praying that he doesn't decide to pull something.
It's trigger finger.
Not that he would.
Possibly his groin if he trips laughing on his
Can
way
I
back.
give you a hint?
Did you check the second one?
Oh, okay.
Michael's got it right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see. Let me check this.
Do you want us just to put the things on?
No, but for a moment. So we'll is it that last one? You've got again. If I tell you this, it's not right. But
this is what I'm saying though. There has to be multiple ways of doing this.
Yeah, if you look at his logic, there's nothing wrong with it.
No.
So you've
Nothing at all
got
wrong with it.
fire.
Like the one before, there's nothing wrong with the logic on that one either.
Yeah, you're right. I've just looked at that now. That should be right.
So basically, the one you've got, if we're trying to match the one that you've got exactly, it's gonna be really fucking difficult.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Both of Michael's are correct, actually.
Wait, so where you got? So you've got a fire. Let's check here. So okay, so I'm just going. First row's right. Second row's wrong. Third row is right. Fourth row is wrong. Fifth row is right.
That's not possible. The third row can't be right and the second row wrong because fire has to come first in that last column.
Yep.
No, so row as in rows are from left to right. So I'm sorry, from left to right. So the first row, columns are coming down. Rows are to the right. So first one.
No, I know. That's exactly what I'm saying. You're saying second row is wrong and third row is correct. If you then look at the fifth column, that means that can't be true.
So
because we have to have fire before the water.
Which one is this, sorry?
And you said row 1 and row 3 are correct, right?
Row 1 is right, yeah, and row 3 is right. So the first one,
and you said, row 2 is wrong. So then, if you look at column 5, you've just disproven the logic of this puzzle. If row 2 is wrong, because there is a fire symbol at the top right, which means fire has to come first in that column.
Yeah.
But it can't be in the first row.
Yeah, so the first row, so fire has to come first is the first element. So you're where you are here.
Oh, okay. So the fire is right in that row, but just not the whole row, according to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got the fires. The first row's right. The first row, so fire, wind, water's right. The second one, water, blank, You've got earth. You've got earth, water, wind, earth, fire. That's. I'm not going to tell you where they are, but that row's wrong. You've got some of them right, but that row's wrong.
Yeah. But Matt, just listen to us for a second.
I've listened. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying if I'm giving you what's right.
Okay.
No. But you can't just expect us to get your solution when there are other ones that are correct. Both of Michael's proposals actually fit the logic of the puzzle. That's what we're saying.
Right. So he's
unless there's a.
So the fire. So let's check this. So his one.
Let me just double. Just so we first, third, and last rows are all correct currently with the way we've got them. Yes.
Fire has to be first in that. So fire has to be first in the top one. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's fine. Fire has to be in the bottom row as well. So that's right, and that is right. You've got water has to be first in the top row. The water's right, and fire has to be the first one in that, which is fine. So that's right. You're right. So fire has to be first in that one. So you got that. Yeah, that's fine. And then we've got wind has to be the last one. You got that, and then you got right. So that's fine. You got those right. Then you've got water has to be the first one there.
Yep.
And then
wind has to be the last.
And wind has to be the last. Okay. Yeah. Right. All right. Fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You could move those over either side, couldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, there's definitely multiple ways of doing that. Like I'm sure I could switch that about a third time and get something different from the first one, second.
I was gonna say, can we play a different? Can we get that other variation? Then, because I know it's a pain in the ass, but
well, I'm only going with what I've got the solutions that they've given me and stuff. So it's.
But no, because I was gonna say I couldn't. This is the one I came up with as well at the end.
Which one? Sorry.
The one that Michael put down is the
that's
one.
wrong, Jace, because the 4-4. It has to be air as the last one on the.
Wait.
I was wrong, but Michael's got both attempts were correct, just not the one that Matt was looking for.
Okay. And are we going with the one that Matt's looking for?
Well, no.
What we could do is like we now know that the first, third, and last rows are correct, so we could.
That's what I'm saying. If
we want to use that as a basis, and then we could get we just need to get the second and fourth rows correct.
Yeah.
So we do get his one, or are we happy just with what we've got?
I think that if it fits the logic of the puzzle, any option that works should be correct.
Yeah. Let's do that then.
Yeah, but again, I've only got one answer, so I can't really sort of. It means with me having to work
in your
out.
answer, did it say this is a possible solution, or did it say this is the only solution?
It says.
Hopefully not final. That would be
probably. Really... This is an example of a solution, a possible solution.
The problem with that is, though, it would mean the DM has to work it all out himself instead of just going, "This is what it is." It's meant to be like an easy drag and drop.
You just need to check the
element
logic.
Puzzles use 4 elements: fire, water, air, and earth. Players must use all 4 elements to solve the puzzle. You can find the puzzle solution by clicking the links below, and it just says the solution.
So that's the one that they're saying there's no variation of it.
Yeah, but there's no logic to it, so I have a problem with it.
It's a logic puzzle that's being illogical.
Yeah, exactly.
I want my $4 back.
Yeah, you should ask for it back.
Or it's just saying that this is the rigid. This is how they're being rigid.
Okay, I'm not going to cut you down. Stick the things in here. Right, stick the things.
Can we just clear the map? Let's clear the map
and stick them in and see.
Matt, can you clear? Oh, actually, yeah, just stick them in then. All right, I will take fire because I've already got it highlighted. I'm going now.
Those two are right. Those are right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
And then gonna go wind next.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And then go blocks.
Oh, that was right until you took it away.
Oh, I can't copy that one, but okay, fine, whatever.
That is right. that is wrong, but you can carry on. That's right.
Got a water down here. And a wind down here.
So the...
Okay, so Matt, you wanted it like this, right?
Yes, that was what they've got here.
Way!
That's what they've got. Yeah.
Oh, let me see.
So where did you have it originally? Because I'm going to try. I'm trying to sort of
just switch it.
You swap them around.
You put it here
Yeah.
like that, and that's right as well.
All right, so they
Yeah.
were both sort of things. So yeah, because you've got 3 of each, don't you, on each? So as long as you've got 3 of the...
And technically, he's not wrong anyway because of the because the 2 waters are there. I've got the same solution
And
as
you
well.
can also swap these fires around, Matt, and that also works.
Yeah, that's the one I've got.
That was Michael's
Water
first.
would be the first. Fire will be the first. Water will be the first. Wind will be the first. Fire. Water will be the first. Wind will be the last. Yeah, that's fine. That's all right. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, I I've only got with what I've got. I can't sort of, without working it out. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. All right. So you place the sort of kind of gems in their sort of kind of into their slots, and they sort of each one of them sort of kind of glows its sort of elemental color as you place them into their slot. With the last one being placed in, you hear a sort of whirring sound, and then it just stops. And that's it. There's silence. There's sort of a whirring sound, and then it just goes, and then that's it.
And is it a visible? Oh wait, we're still in the hut, aren't we? So, but can we see outside?
Yeah, you can see through it. You just can't see it.
Is it visible that
Yeah.
the sentinels have kind of dropped their guard?
I was working on.
Matt, is it visible that the sentinels have dropped their guard?
Well, they're statues, so you're not you wouldn't be 100% sure. You can roll me you can roll me a what's it called?
Perception check
Yeah, roll me a perception.
or an
check.
investigation?
Yeah, no, and yeah, roll me a perception.
Okay, cool. Give me a second. Where the bloody hell is my sheet? Perception check. Beautiful. Not bad.
13. You're not sure. They could be.
Okay. Okay. Well, unless of course somebody else thinks that they are deactivated, let's just go on the whim and say that they are deactivated. Good job, by the way. My brain hurt.
Oh yeah, grats. Like I wasn't
I'm
sort
not
of
going to think straight for a very long time.
Well, usually the only time you think straight is if you stab something and there's a vital organ in place.
See, I think I just kind of figured that because I'm pretty sure we've done puzzles before, like a while back, and there was multiple ways of doing it, but we had to get the exact way that you were doing it. I was like, oh, this is gonna fucking take forever.
Like I said, you've proven that it worked. That's fine with me and stuff. It's just that I only have one solution, and I can't really sort of go off anything that's
Maybe you should take this solution, go back to them, and say, "Can you please explain to me how you said this is the only solution, but this also works?"
They've just they've just written down the first one they came across and moved on with their lives like we should have done.
By
But
the
hey,
way, presents
told
several
to go.
solutions.
Barty starts walking down the bridge.
Gadden will follow.
I would like to roll stealth because I do not trust these sentinels.
Okay, roll me stealth then.
I ready Daybreaker, and then I walk along behind them.
I ready Lightbringer as well, just in case.
Okay.
Please make sure that it doesn't come anywhere near us.
Artie trepidatiously fingers his mighty staff.
Yay. Roll me perception checks.
Can I stay with the one I've got?
No.
Or do you want me to roll a new one? Okay, I'm gonna roll a new one then. This life is hard.
That's slightly better. Already sort of kind of awe-inspired by these massive statues around him and stuff. He's just sort of like, not really Tharivel, yeah, you sort of notice based on your sort of, you're pretty sure, having encountered these things before, that they're not active.
Great. Good job.
Okay. So you sort of walk down this very long bridge. You pass these ornate statues, clad in gold, sort of, very sort of well crafted statues. The bridge, it's a stark contrast to the sort of the city you're in, Garley Hold. It's very well carved. It's all very golden and well sort of crafted. You make your way down, and you come to two watchtowers. The two watchtowers again seem completely empty. There's more sentinels around there, but nothing happens. You sort of walk onto the island after about sort of an hour or so of walking. You sort of get on the island, and
can I just say, as we walk past them, I walk over to one of them, pull a piece of chalk out of my pocket, and I draw a smiley face on his kneecap, and then follow after everybody.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
That is brilliant.
Okay. And you are faced. Oh no. It's and you are faced with the portal, which is there.
Okay.
Ooh.
And you come across the bridge. You come to the portal. It looks like a staircase. It just looks like a staircase going sort of into the mountains. The only difference is you see a bit of a glimmer coming from the front of it.
Mm.
It looks so bougie. Like, we're gonna go into
Should there
like
not be
really
some
nice
elves
bar.
lounging around drinking champagne or something?
No.
Maybe a DJ in the corner.
No, they're all dead.
What?
You just
The veil killed them, obviously.
Can I get advantage on that with Cerevel?
What interesting things can we do with perception? We're fine
Many
here.
flippin-
Let's go,
how many-
fellas.
I actually wonder how many ones have I actually had? Flipping so many. I've turned
So-
into Val.
Geary. One of my powers at this level is that I can change my perception after a rest.
Okay.
So I can like give myself dark vision, but one of them I can see into the ethereal plane.
Okay.
Up to 60 feet. So I'll have that on until I rest again.
Okay.
If that helps.
Before we go in, Gadden approaches everybody and he says, I don't know about you all, but I mean, if we have a foe that's inside, the one thing I want to do is make sure that we are as bulletproof as possible. I have a particular spell. It just needs 10 minutes, but let's just say it'll be hard to inflict some sort of status on us. What I want to do is actually ritual cast Aura of Purity around us. 10 minutes for us walking in. And that should pretty much give us advantage on... so it's 30-foot radius on aura around me, and it gives everybody an advantage to blinding, charm, deafen, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, stunned, and also has resistance to poison, can't be diseased. So just in case. And that's what I do, because we don't really know what's at the other end. If we're okay with that, I'll cast it at ritual cast if that's all right.
Okay.
Cool.
Right. So you've cast that. Are you just going to walk through? Are you? doing anything else?
I am going to manifest my echo and then walk forward using it.
And Gadden would follow suit.
So no, you don't want to follow my echo. The whole point of my echo is that I can
Nice.
move it forward and see through it and hear through it, but I can't see for myself, which means I can move through and see what's there. And the worst they can do is kill the 1 HP's worth of echo and bounce me back to where I am.
Cool.
While this goes on, then Barty's just going to spend time committing this particular location to memory as best as he can in case we have to teleport Audi, if it is indeed possible.
Okay. Your echo sort of walks forward to go through the portal and just hits like a barrier. It sort of kind of walks into this sort of this shimmer. It sort of as soon as he hits the portal, it sort of it shimmers, but he doesn't go through.
If I dissolve it, can I manifest it at the other side of the barrier?
You can try.
I don't like the sound of that.
I'm going to give it a try.
Okay.
It's just an action. I don't have to roll for it.
Yeah. So you manifest your echo on the other side, and it just appears where it was and sort of kind of butts up against the sheen of the portal.
Okay.
Listening.
Maybe this requires a bit more of an arcane approach. Barty, should we just have a look at it and see if there is a sheen of magic, particularly a wall of protection around it that prevents Lance here from sending his echo to the other side?
I was just going to suggest the very same thing. Yes, let's have a look.
Can I help Barty with an advantage on any particular investigation or
What is it you're trying to look at? Sorry.
If there's a magical spell that's stopping us from moving forward.
I could straight up cast Detect Magic.
Or ritual cast it. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, could you ritual cast?
Yeah, you can ritual cast Detect Magic. I'm just wondering if it's just going to ping up the portal. But we'll try it first.
Yep.
So you just sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If I do sense any magic, I can see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears the magic, and you learn at school.
Yep.
So the spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, inch of common metal, or a thin sheet of lead.
Yeah, you're literally just going to see the portal, aren't you? You're just going to.
Well, what I'm looking for is so the portal will be
Abjuration School of Magic.
So is there any magic that isn't that? So basically, is there a spell that'll block your movement?
Oh no. The portal should be Transfiguration, and the protection spell on it should be Abjuration because it's protection. It will stop things from going in and out.
What that nerd said.
What that nerd said. There's something that has a sort of basically like an iris, like in Stargate. That's sort of preventing.
I love the reference already. Gosh. Okay. Do we know how strong it is, or do we just know that there's an iris?
Well, you know there's something that's stopping, so you're aware that there's 2 different types of magic working in unison here together. You've got the portal itself, which is whatever you said, and then the whatever you said, and they are sort of in unison. There's something that sort of obviously there's a way to drop it. You would assume.
Well, let's just go about it the brute force way, the spell magic.
Nice.
Did it cast? There you go. I'll cast it at level 3 to be safe for now. Why is it doing it again? Fuck's sakes! Stop it.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. The sort of force field, the iris, sort of flickers briefly, and then goes down. The sort of what you see in front of you changes. You don't see the sort of staircase anymore, but you see you see
What do your elf eyes see?
What do your elf eyes see? You see a beautiful tree with a garden and a lovely lake.
And someone in the middle?
Brazenly, without even thinking, Gadden steps forward and goes through the portal.
Dun dun dun. Okay. Anybody else following him?
I'd look to the others and shrug and say, "In for a penny," and step through.
I ready my weapons and step through.
Laravel steps into the quantum leap accelerator and vanishes.
It's a large hadron collider.
Oh boy!
And that's where you hit the music.
Like the man said, oh boy.
Imagine if you spun that off. That you actually just stepped into like a thing where we basically morph into other people. Like every
that's
week or
such a
something.
good idea. I'm so using quantum leap now.
I have run. I run a game.
And you look at yourself in the mirror. You look at yourself in a looking glass, and you're a completely different person.
I've done that before.
Jumanji 2.
You can do it every week, and then there'll be random ones where you actually end up like they jump into a different party member's body.
That's such a good idea for an RPG. Doing a quantum leap RPG would be awesome.
So Matt, I've done that before. The template is that you need 20 characters randomly generated at the level that you want, and then afterwards you have to allocate 5 by 5 depending on how many people you've got going, and then you need to figure out what the thread is between all the stories. And then that's it.
Complicated.
I did. No, there's a spreadsheet for it. You can really do it. It's once you've got the logic, it's nice and easy.
Oh, okay.
So it won't be nice and easy for Matt. He'll get confused.
Yeah.
He will make it complicated.
That's the joy in it. How complicated do you make it?
Oh, you've met Matt, right?
Oh god. Okay. If we step through the portal, do we do anything?
Is everybody else following suit?
Yep.
Arno, have you followed us?
Arno has been.
Oh no, not yet. He looks at Barty and he summons Errol to his side, and Errol does a quick loop, and Arno shrugs, and the owl goes into the portal, and Arno follows after.
Elderith also follows.
And Gregor?
And Gregor comes.
Gregor! Come, Gregor, my friend!
Come, Gregor. And
what? Dry your tears!
So everybody's gone through?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Was it a portal or was it a mimic?
Oh!
We will find out next year. Same bat time, same bat channel. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we'll leave it there. That's a good place to sort of kind of leave it there and stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, I wasn't trying to be awkward for on the puzzle. By the way, it was just that's all I had.
Oh no,
we understand.
I can speak from first-hand experience that I would not be able to like fact check that at all. I'd be like, it's not on the card, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But when you choose all these people with all their education behind them, Matt.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty. As long as you can persuade me, it's right. That's fine. I'm happy.
It's left brain, right brain. When it comes to colouring in, you guys are fucked. Whereas I'm smiling the other side of my elbow.
Cool. Right, so we're entering the Somnium Enclave 2024. I think we are mid-January when we're back. What date are we looking?
We are looking at least the 15th, or are we looking at 8th? I don't think we.
The 11th.
You mean 11th?
11th.
Oh, sorry, 11th. Sorry, 11th or 18th.
Yeah, 11th. I think we're
or
aiming for the 11th.
Okay,
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, cool. Nice one. Kill. I need to go and pack. Okay, so cheers, everybody. Have yourselves an amazing Christmas, a happy New Year, and may all your Dungeons and Dragons...
Matt, before you... Are we signing off?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's completely ruined the flow.
Yeah, what's going on?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, go on
I'm
then.
sorry.
Let's go on.
What do you want to tell our viewers?
What are you plugging in, Shameless?
I don't have anything. I don't have any shameless plugins. I've plugged us quite hardcore.
Good lad.
That sounds kinky.
What is it?
But have a Merry Christmas, everybody, and I hope you have a fantastic New Year filled with lots of shenanigans, whether you do or don't drink. I hope you're just like full of glee.
Nice.
So full of glee.
Cool. Right, cheers everybody. Thank you very much. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. Catch yous on the 11th, 2024 in the Somnium Enclave. What could go wrong? Good night for me. I've been Matt Gary. With me has been Conrad as Arnold Jerkel.
Good night. Merry Christmas.
Michael as Tharvel Elvin.
Oh boy.
Jace as Brother Gaiden.
Yippee-ki-yay.
It's not a Christmas film.
It
Yes,
is.
it is. You quiet, you.
It's a Harry Potter film.
Lecky is Bartholomew Pringle.
I get a last laugh. It totally is a Christmas film.
Mark is Lance.
I shall see you all on the other side of the time machine.
And Vic as Saren Sanguine.
Don't forget that lump of coal for that relative you really don't like.
Merry Christmas! Happy New Year! Bye!